We are good to go. Other people can actually come through as well on the podcast and be guests. It's not fixed. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's do the intro quickly, then we'll go straight into the order of the day. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremini, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. You are on Losing in Love podcast with Madam Speaker. We are here every Thursday, but also we are here every other day as and when the need arises. So today is a Thursday, and rightfully so we are here, but we are late, and I apologize for us being late. It's just that I'm busy with the final preps, for the upcoming event that we're having this coming weekend. All right. Please come through, bring a friend so that we share opinions and thoughts. I posted a video during the day of it's like a trailer of our episode of Opinionated podcast with Madam Speaker and friends. Like I said, that when it comes to the friends part, it's not only limited to Lerato, Ndibuti, and the other ghost lady. Like anybody who's available during the time when we are shooting, whatever topic that we want to address, if you are there in the studio, we sit down, we make you part of the conversation. But Lerato has been one of our like consistent ghosts. I think maybe one of the reasons why we don't have like a specific face is because people are gonna rotate all the time depending on who's available during the shoot of the Opinionated podcast. But the one that has been trending that I posted this morning, was it this morning or last night? It was us talking about how women can be scammed, and it was literally just one person against a lot of people, because I think how many were four in the studio, five. And I think that happened immediately after we had an episode on no, we didn't air an episode. We recorded an episode on Losing in Love podcast, where we had a lady who was sharing a story of how she was scammed. And obviously, previously on the podcast, that other podcast of the Safe Space Chess podcast, we had an episode where a lady was saying that she was scammed by a Facebook lover over 200,000 rands. So, based on those two episodes, we're then having an open discussion to say how far the people who are actually losing, money because of love or whatever, is it because they are street negligent, they're not streetwise, or what is the reason? And we went as far as just discussing the issue of when to say no, and how finances actually affect your mental well-being altogether. And I know that because of the nature of the podcast, the opinionated podcast, we are forced to have different opinions. So from one episode to another, one has to play the devil's advocate, representing the people. Because what I've learned, or rather, let me rather say, the reason why that nature of that podcast is in that fashion is because I always see that when I post stuff on the internet, there's always two different opinions, two, three, four. So we try that when we are on opinionated podcast, we have different opinions, looking at the same topic. So it's not that maybe all of us are not agreeing or whatever. Some of the topics we do agree, all of us, some of them we don't. But there's always one person who's going to be the devil's advocate. And this time around, obviously, I think Lerato has been, Ndivu also. Ndivu has been a devil's advocate for a while. I was the devil's advocate for the last one. And Lerato has also been a devil's advocate on one of the episodes, especially the one where we were talking about a pastor who was saying that a child must sit well in the church, and started just humiliating that child. So we rotate. So whoever that's available can also come in and share their views and opinions. But the reason why we are not doing a live now, which is like an extension of that, is because I saw the engagement was quite, it was quite interesting. But for some reason, a lot of people were like, yeah, Lerato is president. Yeah, that's how it should be done. But the same people are saying they've been scammed in the past. I don't know whether what's going on. Are you guys only learning now, or you've always been like Lerato? Because Lerato does not have any experience of being scammed before, because that's how she was raised. But for some of us, we learn as we go. We learn the hard way. So yeah, but Lerato for president. Tima, my darling, I saw your comment there on the podcast, on the trailer. I saw your comment on the trailer.
Which one is it again?
The one where Lerato was saying, "Can I afford to lose the money?" Where we were talking about how she could never be scammed. Didn't I see a comment of yours?
Right. No, I don't. No, I haven't seen that video yet, but I think I saw it. But I didn't get chance to see the whole thing.
Is it? Maybe I'm mixing it up.
Right. And again, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's like, I'm on the side of you never say never, right? Because again, I mean, we are human. You know what I mean? We are human, and again, until you find yourself in that situations, you might never know what it feels like or what bring people down to that level.
Yeah.
Even because I've known the smarter people that get scammed, especially in the love department. You know what I mean? In the love department, with everything that they know and with their exposure and everything, somehow, in some way or form, they get scammed in the name of just because they fall in love with somebody. You see what I mean? But like, nothing teaches me better in this life other than your own experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the evaluated one. Evaluated experience. If you are the kind of person that self-reflect all the time, or you self-reflect on your behaviors, good or bad, right? Good or bad. I think you're always gonna be okay. In whatever way you find yourself, you're always gonna be okay. And because if you do something one time and it brought you such a pain and discomfort, trust me, somehow your body is gonna teach itself to be cautious the next time.
Yeah.
And you being cautious, and you are not gonna find yourself, falling for the same thing over and over and over again, right? To say that I've never lost anything, like that in my life, I'll be lying, right? Again, me in my 20s is not me in my 30, definitely not me now in my 40. You see what I mean? So like, depends on, in that, like, let's say that's age categories where you find yourself, and then the amount of exposure that you have so far, right? And the amount of experience you are able to accrue, whether through your own experience or somebody that you watch from distance, like, I don't want to be like, again, that will determine whether or not we might be easily fall in the wrong hand or not.
Yeah.
But for me, because of the age and the experience that I have so far, and because of the age that I am now, let me tell you, first of all, I work so hard for my money. You see what I mean? It's different. Again, I cannot compare myself with somebody who is spending generational wealth. You see what I mean? And that doesn't mean that even if you have generational wealth, it doesn't mean that you don't know the value of money, right? And then I can't tell you how you spend that money. But I'm saying for me, because I have to use my nail and my tooth and my fingers and my feet to get me the money that I'm on my daily basis, or to keep up my appearance, or to keep me up in this world. I think it's going to be very difficult to me. I don't have excess to share to a man. Let me say, for example, you know what I mean? And then not only that.
That's actually a very important point, Tima. There to say some of us we are speaking from a point of luxury by the fact that we don't have much. So if you don't have money to be scammed to begin with, then what are you saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. And then not only that, because again now I am all for comfort, my self-comfort especially, right? And when I say comfort, not necessarily money, but like maybe peace of mind, Peace of mind is a comfort, right? So if I'm dealing with you as a man, and maybe we are going to a relationship, I'm very particular about my comfort. I don't want anything threatening that. You know what I mean? So the moment you are where you are, and maybe you are just speaking about like, my car broke down. I don't have, I gotta take this car to mechanic. I'm gonna be your listening ear, I promise. Okay? But that's not gonna bring any money from my pocket.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Your budget is not my budget.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And then I can't go out of my way. Even if I want to help you, I can't go out of my way at this point, because if I do, it's gonna affect my comfort. You see? Everything come back to me. My comfort, I don't want that to be threatened with. But again, I'm gonna give you my listening ear, so that might be one of the reasons you can't get money from me. And then you do that one time, twice, you're gonna have to leave me alone.
Sometimes the problem is like your ear is not gonna solve the problems that people have.
I know, right? Like, yeah, you know.
They're like, yeah, no, I hear you listening, but that's not gonna help me, you know.
It's not gonna, that's another way about it. But again, I've come to the level for me to make it okay, like to say no. Like, no, I don't. Even if if you're bold enough, some people are sorry bold. Even if you get to the point that you're actually bold enough to ask me, and I'm speaking in the relationship department now, like you fall in love. I'm a woman, you're a man, honey. If you're not going to add to my comfort, you and I, we don't have anything in common at this point.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Even if you are bold enough and you are asking me, I'm actually bold enough to tell you, say, you know what, I don't have it.
Yeah.
It's a commitment I make to myself. Like if I'm going into any relationship with a man and we are dating, and the moment we are dating now, all of a sudden you're having all kind of problems, sir. What is your resume before now? What is your resume? How are you able to survive with the same problem that you've been having? Now that you are having it again, what did you do in the past to solve your problem? Because I wasn't in your past, right?
Yeah.
So again, but I'm comfortable to say no, I don't have it.
At this point in my life, Tima, I'm at a point where, like, I feel like if I'm in love with a guy and he wants to get rid of me, he must just ask for money or tell me his money problems. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And before, I used to be such a people pleaser and such an empath to a point where when you tell me your money problems, I'll just give you money, And I wouldn't even expect you to pay me in return. But now I'm at a point where if I give you, like for me, if I give you money, just know me and you are done. There's no way me.
That's it. Thank you. That's another way. That's another way to do it. Yeah. If I get to that point, we are no longer in a relationship.
We can't.
No, that's it for me.
We can't. I am literally just turned off. I don't care how much of a good guy you are. But if there has to be a financial transaction from me to you, if I have to get to that point, I don't know. And in the past, I thought that was my love language. I didn't mind doing that in the past.
Love language.
I thought my love language was just being generous to everybody. Like anybody could make money out of me, Tima. Like in this day and age, not a lot of people can actually get money out of me, and those that do get money out of me, it will be because they are friends, close family, and I'm not borrowing them the money, I'm just giving it to them. And if you're a guy, if there was ever even an inch of us having potential to date, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. And a lot of women, we are so scared to commit to ourselves. You know what I mean? Like the self-commitment scared us.
Yeah.
Like we can't even commit to ourselves. So not alone. So that is very easy for the guy. Once they read you up and down, they know how far they want to go with you. And again, here's the thing though, like I said, self-commitment, self-trust. All of those things is so important because the guy, if I'm dating you, for some reason, I'm so confident you are not going to look at me and ask me for money. You are not going to do that.
Yeah.
I can actually see like the kind of guy like we are dating. I'm not going to make you that comfortable to look me and ask me, sir. You're going to go ask somebody else. But no, in my mind, I feel so far no guy ever asked me. But even if you say you go past that and you ask me, my answer is going to be no. And that will be it for me. I can't go past that.
You know what I think our issue is, Dima? Our problem. I see Tower Man here. He's saying that he wants to comment, but his network is not networking. I don't know. But for me, I feel like once we get to a point where it's already awkward enough that we have to be asking each other for financial favors. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is with us women, but we are so scared of losing people so much that we feel like if we say no once, then we're not willing to lose people to that no, So we'd rather say yes and make ourselves uncomfortable. Whereas the other people, on the other hand, when they want to say no, they can just simply say no. I don't know if, Tima, you saw the video that was trending of a guy who bought a Gucci shoe for somebody else. I don't know for who. I don't wanna assume. I don't wanna put words in people's mouths. There's a video that has been trending where the question is, George, where's the shoe? Did you see that video? You didn't see it. I even did a video. I even did I did a, what do you call this thing? Yeah, I have a video also.
A stitch.
There's a stitch, and what else is there besides a stitch? It's a call. A duet. Yes, I did a duet. I think it's on a million views already. Where a guy was the wife was saying she found a slip of like 18,000.
Oh yes, yes,
18,000 rands. That's like
where's
what?
the second shoe?
That's like roughly.
Where's the shoe? She found the receipt and asking, where is the shoe? You see, again, when you are husband and wife, I guess I understand people say it's not always easy to just, you can't just get up and go, right? And sometimes when you find yourself in that kind of situation, I think communication should always be your first to go thing. Mm-hmm. Because again, this is a commitment between you and the other person, right? If I find a receipt and I find the shoe, first of all, is this shoe my size shoe? If this is my size shoe, honey, I know you're about to surprise me, but I think I'm really surprised by now. Give me the shoe anyway, right? Again, I want to communicate that with you. And then now you're going to tell me now, say, oh, I don't have the shoe. Okay, the last 4 digits of this credit card said, this is your card. What's going on here? There's a step that you have to take. But here's the thing. When you reach to the end of it, there's a decision that has to be made.
Yeah.
Once you reach whatever your outcome is, the consequences has to follow, whatever what that's gonna look for you.
Okay, I'm seeing a comment here on YouTube where somebody is saying, wasn't that for trending or whatever? We still don't know yet whether that is like a serious thing or those people are just trying to trend. And also they can always tweak it around and come back and say, no, we're just trying to trend, even if it was the truth. But the angle that I actually wanted us to look at, Timane, regarding that issue of the shoe was the fact that there's a possibility that, because honestly speaking, guys, I'm not a judgmental person, you know that. But looking at the situation, I don't think an 18,000 rands is roughly like $1,000 US, Tima. Ne? I don't. Oh, Jesus, am I gonna go to heaven? Enigma, where's brother Enigma when I need him? Am I gonna go to? I don't know whether that couple has the luxury of being able to just spend 18,000 on the go just like that, based on just, I don't know. So with me, I'm thinking there's a possibility that this guy could have been pushed to buy a shoe by whoever because he can't say no. The relationship is going to come to an end if he can't buy that shoe, which goes back to the topic I've had at hand to say, can you afford to lose the money? Which is what Lerato was saying during the day, to say, if me losing this money is going to affect me in any way, am I willing to do it or not? Is it going to affect my mental well-being? Forget about the fact that maybe the shoe was bought for a side chick or whatever. But when you look at your situation, can you lose $1,000 for somebody else's luxury when, well, Jesus, am I going to go to heaven? But you get what I mean, man. They're living an ordinary life like the rest of us. It's not like an 18,000 rand shoe feels like a lot of money had to come. There's a lot of compromises that had to be in place. So yeah, I'm glad other people get me. Sure, Jesus, I'm so glad I don't have to go all the way in. But where do we draw the line? Because now, if let's say, for example, for argument's sake, this guy had to buy this shoe because he was cornered, because if he doesn't buy this shoe, then he's gonna lose the relationship. How far are you willing to go for you to keep somebody in your life? Especially when it's things that that you're not in you don't have the means to just freely. You can't do when it's a compromise, like, hey.
That is more reason why you should not. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, Toman. Go ahead.
Tower man.
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you, my brother?
I hope everyone is good.
We are
yes,
good.
Hi, madam. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My network is not working today. I don't know what's the problem. My network is very bad. Okay, but I think I'm audible enough now. Right. Today, just for today, can I be the devil's advocate for today?
Yes, please.
I'll come as an advocate for men whom are being misunderstood as scammers.
Okay.
And then now we need to understand what the word scam, what does it mean? Is according to me, is a dishonest plan to take advantage of someone or take advantage of a partner in order to get money. And now, do I, as Mashudu Laki Mkoma, dating Madam Speaker, come with that mindset when I come to you as a partner, to an extent where it gets to, remember, relationships has stages. We get to a stage where we share things. We share things to an extent where if I don't have petrol, you're like, okay, babes, you can use my car, or you can use my card to pour petrol into your car. Fast forward, the relationship is fine. You borrow me money, I give it back, I borrow you money.
My brother, don't lie. Don't lie, Tower Man, on a Thursday. We are 2 days away from Sunday. You don't give it back.
Yes, wait.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say, for argument's sake, I don't give it back.
Sure.
I don't give it back. I borrow you money, for argument's sake, you don't give it back.
Sure.
Okay. We get to a point where now we reach to a point la we no longer see an eye to eye, or we get to a point where our relationship is no longer relationship.
It's no longer relationshiping.
Our relationship is no longer doing it.
Sure.
Who scammed who? It's no longer relationshiping. Yes. I don't think we can one say a man is a scammer. Number two, if that particular guy came into your life knowing very well, or in a plan of me wanting to date Madam Speaker to get advantage of her, I know she's soft-hearted. Remember, a scammer, once before the particular person scams you, that particular person learns what type of a person you are. And they're willing to go to an extent of wanting to get that loophole of guilt-tripping you, or using that disadvantage that you have. Maybe when I tell you that, my mom is sick, and you melt. And I'll always use that to my advantage of getting money from you. But the major question is, what if we're in an equal state and maybe you earn a little bit more than me, and sometimes willingly so you help me? Do we call that scam?
I don't think so.
Scammed?
I don't think that's a scam. I don't think that's a scam.
Okay.
That's a special case.
Yes, but now these days we get ladies who are willingly helping their partners. Especially this thing is being done by those ladies who are dating younger men.
Okay.
And those younger men are less fortunate than them. And believe you me, I've dated someone who's older than me. The advantage that I had was I was not dependent on her.
Okay.
I have my own car. I have my own place, but we visit each other. And then what did I do before we separated? I said to her, you know what? My car is about to be repossessed. And then I took my car to vendor. And then I wanted to learn the environment. I started using her car. Then I relocated to a place. The thing that they do, once they know that you are dependent on them, remember, if I come back 9 o'clock, you'll be like, you cannot be using my car and come back to my house 9 o'clock. So now there's control there, number one. Number two, that person knows that you are dependent on them. They'll use whatever advantage they have on you to be able to manage, to micro-control and manage you. And once you start to relax or be on your comfort zone into that, and the relationship comes to an end, that particular lady would say, this guy used me,
this guy scammed me. Because remember, when you go out, you ask for permission. I want to go out with my friend. Should I give you my card? Yeah, for sure, it's fine.
Ah, my brother, you have been living your best life. What have you been enjoying in this life, eh?
Like these things, and for me, remember, after we broke up, it was a very, very, very hard knockout, because I had to bounce back from being laughed at, number 2, being insulted at, and number 3, to a level where if you want to date someone from the same neighborhood, they'll be like, no, you are a scammer, you are a male gold digger. But now when you look at in both perspectives, I never came with a plan of taking advantage of this particular person. This particular person willingly gave off whatever that you gave off, because at some point you drive a car, you go out night clubbing, 11 o'clock, you want to start the car is off. Those tracker guys are roaming around there. You know what? No, man. Then you call the person. I told you that you come back home 9 o'clock. But I reported that I want to go clubbing. I want to go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for me, this thing of male gold diggers and men scamming women, yes, it happens. Yes, it happens. But let's look at it in an open mind. Let's look at it. Are the ladies doing it willingly so, or are they being taken advantage of? Because now this thing it hurts the most, because now in this generation, no one wants to listen to a man. And
Tower man, you can't drive my car and I must listen to you. Drive my car, you are sleeping under my roof, and I must listen to you. And show me, like, you make me understand how.
Madam Speaker, you know what pains the most is, I say to you, okay, I'll Uber to my friends. I'm like, no, you won't look cool. Well. Remember, you want me to look cool on your behalf, so you can be applauded that you are taking care. Well. You are taking care of me. Remember, when I go out there, they'll be like,
and you are sitting there being taken care of. Like, listen, take care of me. Like, make me look good. That's you the whole time.
And you know, the funny part was, when we broke up, I went back home. I went to fetch my car because there was a construction there. I was building my dad a house. There was a construction. Okay, I went home. I took back my car. I went back into my own place. And then guess what? People started saying, yeah, the car, he bought it with this lady's money. The house that he's building home, he's building with this lady's money. Mind you, when me and the lady we met, you know how you ladies are in those business thingy. When we talk, you want to outsmart and outshine me. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, but I drive a Porsche.
Towerman, I only have one question for you, and it requires a yes or a no.
Okay, don't put me under the bus, please.
Did you eat the money? Did you eat the money?
Did I eat the money?
Yes. Did you eat the? Don't answer a question with a question. I said this one needs either a yes or a no. Did you eat the money?
Yeah, I did.
Hey! And
I did. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed every penny of it.
And now why are you complaining? Because you did eat the money. How?
I'm not complaining, but now I didn't. I always, you know, Madam Speaker, with the age that I am, and when I normally speak to when I speak to young people, and when I do my public speaking, I always tell people that I've experienced the Lord in a very, very young age. And in my young age, with my experiences, I'm at a point where I understand that a lot of things, they happen for a reason. And a lot of stumbling blocks, they happen for a reason. So with me enjoying, remember, by that time, I was 19 years of age.
I'm judging you.
19 years of 19 years of age, I was dating a 37-year-old. My body structure is big. Like I've got this big and bold body structure. Okay, my face might look cute and no beards, nothing. But my body structure like intimidates a lot of people. And I went to after school. After school, I went straight to business. No university, no whatnot. And God, being God, and He blessed me at a very young age. And I enjoyed my fortune at a very young age. Yeah, it finished. I blew everything away. It's fine. I'm back into, and COVID.
Come on, can I be your friend? Can we be friends, me and you?
Like, okay, right. So with everything that is happening, guys, scamming, it has to do with taking advantage of a person, especially a person that you know that particular person loves you, and for the fact that that person loves you, you take advantage of that love and turn it into a money-making machine. But there are those guys who are not doing that. There are those guys who are willingly, or there are those ladies who are willingly giving guys money or supporting a guy.
Tower man, please, my brother, wait. Let's wait.
The lesson was after the relationship.
My brother, okay. How did you date a woman who's 18 years older than you? How did it start? Can we just go back to that one? How did you do that at your tender age?
Okay. We had there's this mine here in Mpumalanga. It had like an NDA function, and with that NDA function, there were a lot of stakeholders, and I came in as a stakeholder also myself, because at that time I had a structure that I was running at a very young age. Even though it had few people, but I had a structure advocating for the less privileged, for them to get equal treatment, and. So we met there and we started speaking, and yeah, we vibed, and vibing, we were doing good. Then after some time, after the next, there was another event that we went to, and that event, she started throwing off this thing of, yeah, but I have money,
So she was inviting you to come and eat the money.
No, at that time I have my own money.
Okay.
I was still young, misusing money like nobody's business. Yes, I was misusing money, and I also flexed that I have money until I realized that the money that I have is not enough compared to the money that she has.
Sure.
That's why I went to my comfort zone. I went to my comfort zone and said, you know what? I'll not eat my seeds and compare myself with someone that is eating the fruits. Let me save my seeds and eat the fruits with this lady. And I'm not, believe you me, guys, we are 148. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I've learned my lesson. And even if it was a hard lesson to learn, I've learned my lesson.
What is the lesson? Because you enjoyed life, my brother. What is the lesson there? Because you enjoyed life, clearly.
It is, yeah, it is past. I was 19 years of age at that time, dating a cougar.
So my brother, so because so now I'm a cougar for, yeah, no, but I am. For a 19-year-old, I should be a cougar. A 19-year-old.
And I say,
Jesus. My brother.
Yes, Mama.
Hey, is that how you used to call her? Is that how you used to call her?
Yes, Mama.
Hey, Tower man don't buy. Yo, Jesus. Hey.
Good evening, ladies and gents.
Hi,
and again.
No. Please. Hey. Somebody's saying Tower man. The host wants you. No. I deal with Grotmans. I don't do Tower men. I do Grotmans. Don't tell me. Okay.
Unfortunately, to those who think that Tawaman is now married.
Yes. We know. You are married to a very strong woman who actually tolerated your nonsense when you were blowing money and she was just watching you blow money. She still took you back after you blew the money. She loves you, that woman.
Yeah, so it's a life learned lesson that, number one, as guys, you should like manje at this point I say go according to what the Bible says, especially with hard work, especially with the work of your hands, because as a man, if you want to be respected in the community, if you want to be taken serious, you as a man should be a provider. And for you as a man to be a provider, you need to provide for yourself first before you say you are fit enough to provide for the next person.
Okay, Towerman, going back to the topic at hand, where we're talking about you scamming a woman. And you saying that you want to be a devil's advocate and defend all the men because there are women who are willingly giving money, so we can't consider that as a scam. I think with the story that you shared with us to say, when you are going to take your seed and put it aside, because there's plenty in front of you and you are going to eat it, it depends on what was the expectation from the other woman. What was she hoping to achieve by just being there? Because remember, like I always give reference to the story of this. I don't know if you watched that episode with a lady who was scammed by a Facebook lover over 200,000 rand.
Yes.
Also, even in that instance, she was willingly giving the money to a guy because she thought that they were building. So even in your case, we can try and decorate it in any way, shape, or form. But if she was giving you these things and spoiling you because she thought that you guys are gonna build, and then you grow up one day and you wake up one day and you're like, you know what, you cougar, you old woman, Mina, I must go back to date my type. You scammed her, Towerman. Lalo wants to say something. You scammed her, Towerman. You scammed her.
Okay, the relationship. Okay, you see, the relationship didn't end that way.
Okay.
And I'm glad there was no insulting and until she started bad mouthing. What caused the end of the relationship was me seeing that it's enough of the control and being bribed with money. And I said, you know what? I have my own money. Hey, when
she wanted a pet, actually. She wanted you to be like her lap dog, sort of.
Exactly.
Mushe is here. I want to scam Mushe. Guys, please ask Mushe if me and him can jowl, because I want to scam him. He's man. He's a prop man.
Mushe, can you join with Madam Speaker, please? She wants to scam you for your man.
I love this woman with all my heart. She's my sister to the core.
Okay, give me money. Give me money. Free money. Okay, we don't have to jowl.
Can you remove her from the family zone and put her to the Mjolo zone, please?
Okay, I'll remain a sister. I'll remain a sister, but give me money.
Okay, give her the money. She wants the money. Okay, I raised a hand. Can I just share?
Yes,
because I came in the chief at the word scam. In itself, the minute someone realizes that with all the effort that they were doing, it was because they were doing it under the impression that they were working towards something, and that something did not materialize. Then in itself, they can literally say they were scammed. So if you are saying the ladies were willingly giving out the money, if the whole point of giving out the money was to give an output of a relationship that's going somewhere, they can say they were scammed. They they can turn and say it was a scam because what they were building towards did not materialize. So the realization then, it becomes, I was voluntarily doing it for a specific purpose that never came true. So it was not going to that purpose after all. So it did not fit the purpose, hence it was not true, then it becomes a scam. So Towerman can say he was getting the monies, he was being bold with all the monies, getting pampered and whatnot. But she can turn and say he scammed me because what she was hoping for is not the output that she got. But what about the other way around? If I'm giving my sister, Madam Speaker, money and all that, ne? And then things doesn't materialize, can I say Madam Speaker scammed me?
Yes, you can say I scammed you, my brother. Because I guess you are hoping to achieve something from... Because remember...
Hallelujah, you can, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, but what if there was no... Okay, I just want to be a devil advocate on this one. Let's say...
Every man here is a devil's advocate. It's fine, my brother. You can be also a devil's advocate. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm saying, let's say Madam Speaker had no intention of scamming me. Am I right? I'm saying, remember this thing, when I started with a scam, there must be an intention that I had in the beginning. Let's say we are just having a nice relationship with Madam Speaker, and then I'm giving Madam Speaker money. I'm expecting a better future. And even herself, intentionally, she was hoping for that. But remember, the future, guys, it does not exist. The future, we create it every single day by choices we make. So at some point, me and Madam Speaker's choices, they stopped being in alignment. But the time when I was giving her money, we were in alignment. I was seeing the same thing that she was seeing. But something does not, when in the future, things didn't materialize. I don't think someone would say that I was scammed unless if there was an intention on the other person to scam another person.
Yeah, if I knew from the get-go that all I want from you is money, and you actually get to a point where you realize that because in most cases, Nemushene, it's only when you stop giving me money that I will now start letting go of the relationship. Then you will understand, oh, okay. Or also maybe, for example, let's say you've got a good paying job now, you're making a lot of money and you're giving me like proper girlfriend allowance. You understand? And then you lose your job. And the minute you lose your job, I run away from you. Then I scammed you because I was there only for your money. But if I'm going to stick it out with you even when you don't have, then I was not scamming you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess what I different was we must not, because every relationship we're gonna enter on, guys. We must be honest. Mujolo without money doesn't function. So one way or another, we're gonna be. I have to spoil my person, and my person has to spoil me. So somehow, when
why must your person spoil you, my brother? You are ruining it. You spoil your person. How?
We spoil each other. That's why Madam Speaker, when they said
no, we spoil each other.
When a tower man, you can just keep quiet. Tower man, you have never. Tower man, you are the one who's being spoiled in all your relationships. You're not spoiling a woman.
But I think
Madam Speaker. This thing. Okay, you might say I've been being spoiled.
Hey.
But now, the moment you intend to turn a blind eye of, remember, I also was spending. They would be like,
aye, my brother, what were you spending?
On a date, I'll be buying her clothes. Wait, I'll be buying gifts. I'll be buying that. I'll be buying this. But because now I'm over clouded by the fact that Madam Speaker is more moneyed now, obviously you won't see from the outside that no, Towerman also contributed in this.
So Towerman, you were buying her gifts with her own money.
I learned that if you want to be respected, you need to be the provider. Now, believe you me, my network is not networking. Oh, guys.
Sorry, Towerman. I'm asking you, so you were spoiling her with her own money now, because I think you said you decided to take your seed and you put it aside and eat the fruits of this woman, this cougar girlfriend of yours. So you were spoiling her with her own money. Hey, Towerman.
No. That was way before. That was way before I decided to put my seeds away. The reason why I put my seeds away, because now the level of appreciation was no longer the same.
Okay.
The level of appreciation was no longer the same. Why am I saying that? I would buy, let's say, for example, you buy me a Gucci sandal, then I buy you a Steve Maiden sandal.
Jesus.
And then now you start to compare. Wait, hence I'm saying that the appreciation was no longer, oh, Mina, I bought you this, and then when you buy me this.
Be a George. Indoda must be a George. You must buy a bush of 18,300 rands.
I shame. hence I'm saying that at that age, for me, it felt like this one is disrespecting me.
I know, man. No. Can we at least agree on this one, Tabaman? You were just too forward. I should like opo to Tanyera Tungo. Like, can we agree on that one?
Yeah, on that 100%, I agree with you. I was just being too forward, and at that time, I just recently got a contract of landscape maintenance. I was doing landscape maintenance, so that was my source of income, and it made me to look at life in a different way. And yeah, no, I would like to be 100% honest with you. That would do Papa, and also wanted to put my VW Polo aside and drive a Porsche. Which so yeah, it was but I also thank the lady for opening eyes that sometimes it's not about what you see or the luxury that you see, but it's beyond that, because the moment you allow a lady to take advantage of you because of the fortune that she has, it's the moment you belittle yourself as a man, and you cut yourself hands of working hard and being a better person. Because the moment the ladies start to cut off or close the pipe or the money, you'd be left as a useless man. Like you're saying, at the age of 19,
but at that age, you were still a child. You were allowed to be useless. You were still a child. Based on your stories, Neta Woman, one day we must sit down over the podcast. You have already finished your first your first lifetime. You finished it when you were dating a cougar. The second lifetime, you finished it when you had money and you were blowing it until you had nothing. You are on your third life. You are a cat, ne? Government is lived, guys.
I'd say that. But now, with my third life, Madam Speaker, believe you me, with my third life,
is the last one.
I want to educate. I want to educate people that you must not misuse your lives, because you might misuse the first one only to find out that it's only the first and last one. You are not Tower Man.
Tower Man
so
is
with
cat.
Now, if you look at Tower Man now, you'd look at if you see Tower Man now and what he's doing and how he's pushing to give his daughter a best life, and making sure that the wife is well secured, and making sure that the wife is always happy, even though you ladies never get satisfied. But
don't start. For somebody who has already good that 2 lifetimes, you don't even go there. Don't even tell us we're never satisfied.
So yeah, Madam Speaker.
Yes, my brother.
No, but then we learn. We learn.
No, I appreciate the stories you share with us here on this platform. Very interesting life you had.
Every chapter of our lives.
I think your network is fading.
Very interesting one, and I can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, as I was saying that, in that past life that I was living, even some of the things is my wife is looking at me and be like, I wish I met you before you become this, because I would have gotten a serious reason of divorcing you. I'm like, now you don't have a reason to divorce, because you see.
Yeah. No, Mara, it's a good thing you went through all of that so that you can be the matured man that you are now, who is a blessing to your wife. I'm bravo to you for that. Musha, I think before this thing cut you off, you wanted to say something, Towerman?
No. I just wanted to appreciate some of the experiences of life, prepare us for, to become better people now. Maybe if you didn't have that experience, you will be probably a totally different person.
Don't you feel like you are robbing yourself, Musha? You owe yourself something of that nature.
Getting a coca.
I don't know. Yeah, getting a sugar mama.
I'm too old now. I'm 40.
Jesus. You see?
So my sugar mommy will be 60 now. I don't think I'll be. I think I'm on the stage of being a blesser now myself.
Go get them. Go get the 2000s.
and Madam Speaker, just to conclude on this is what I've learned is that sometimes you should not allow money to cloud or to put you in a position where, like you said, you can't say no. Like every time when there's money, you're like, it seems like you wanna impress. Like I said before, with the first million rand that I accumulated at that time, there was no. And with me not saying no, I realized that this thing of saying that you're becoming broke and you're becoming bankrupt. No. I went from being moneyed to zero.
Sure.
And within a blink of an eye.
Yo.
And all that was also a lesson learned that, some things are okay to say no. Like there are some places where you should say no. There are some requests that you should deny. And not that because you're a bad person, but because you look at all corners.
How is it going to affect you?
Corners. And say, yes, if I say yes now, wouldn't my yes come and bite me back? Because if it wasn't for money and being greedy, I wouldn't have allowed that lady and agreed to date, because she's the one that initiated the relationship. But now, because of the envy and wanting to look cool and better, the envy controlled the outcome. The envy controlled the outcome of me ending up deciding to date someone who's 18 years older than me. And
you entered 18 years. You entered. You with your full chest. Oh Jesus! Jeez. Hey, I'm judging you.
So, at some point, you should not allow money to cloud your soberness or your sober thinking capacity, and respect money. Because if you don't respect money, money won't respect you.
Amen.
And you look like a fool if you don't respect money.
Amen.
If you don't know the importance of 1 rand, you'll never manage 1 million.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you very much, Mr. Towerman. We're wrapping it up now. Moshe, do you have anything in closing before we got to Dima?
I've said, I've listened.
Imagine you are taking notes at your tender age of 40. Mara Moshe. Hey.
I'm just worried myself now because I'm in a blessed stage. So what if whatever that tower is saying now is a 25-year-old maybe talking about me now?
Yeah, that's the price you have to pay. That's the price you have to pay now. If you 40 and you don't have a wife, you must go for the 25-year-old and you must buy Gucci. Buy Gucci, my brother. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in. It's always good to have you here. And also Towerman, I see he's gone out in his absentia. Thank you. Tima, in closing, my darling, let's wrap it up.
Oh, thank you. I've been listening. That was a whole new level. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
But let me say this though, like, whatever stage of life that you are, whether in your 20s, 30s, 40s, I think, again, you're going to have to ask yourself if you are dating somebody, and I'm speaking to women. I'm a woman, so I can only relate, how our head works sometimes, especially when we are falling in love. We tend to forget where we are coming from and how we started. We know how we get to where we are, right? Unless you have money in your disposal that you know if you dispose to this guy, whether he go or he stay, it's not gonna, make you go into the emotional, holes. Please, do whatever you want with your money. But if you know you are don't give money just because and hoping that the guy is gonna stay with you. They never stay. They will not stay with you.
Amen.
Unless they have love for you and enough love for you to for them to know that they want to stay with you. No amount of money you can spend on a guy that's gonna make him stay with you. So spend that money on yourself or take it to the motherless home or something and get reward for it. You know what I mean? So please let us be careful. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. How you show up in the world is how the world is gonna see you and receive you. Amen. And when the other guy was talking, because when men are talking, I tell women, please listen when they are talking. Listen, so that you can derive lesson from it. When he said like before a scammer scam you, they will already test you out. They will test your emotional level. They will test how you respond to them. They will, all of those things. So you gotta pay attention to that. And if the reason why you want to give them money is because that you don't lose them, honey, you're in a wrong relationship.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my darling. I really appreciate you. Love you, love you, love you long time. And for everybody who was here, Lalo, Towerman, and Moshe, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And also those who have been engaging in the comment section. If you're on YouTube and you've not yet liked this video, please do like, and also please do subscribe to my channel. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. And we are now on 100,000 for subscribers on YouTube. We are verified YouTubers now. We're just waiting for our plaque, that one, the milestone award for reaching 100,000 subscribers. And also for those who are joining in for membership, thank you so much. Don't forget that this coming Sunday we are airing our episode of Grace, who says that the title of the episode is "My Mother Hates Me." We will be talking. She'll be talking about how just her life in general, how hectic that has been like to get to a point where she feels like her mother hated her, and how that relationship has been like over the years. It's a part 2 story. It's already available for those who are members. They've already watched it. Everybody else is going to be available on Sunday. For those who are around Midrand and the surrounding areas, don't forget that this coming Saturday, we have our first ever Mommy and Me event, where it's going to be a fun day filled with all these activities, water activities, but also we're going to be having a nice setup of like a podcast where we're going to be talking and sharing and having heart-to-heart conversations. So it's going to be best of both, because the kids get to benefit and enjoy, and we get to enjoy also as the parents, and get to learn from one another and become the best parents that we can be for our children. I'll see you guys on the flip side. God bless you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.